Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And we're off and running at Paycor Stadium. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Back-to-back carries here. As a lane past the 45. And they'll finally get him down at the 37-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Working quickly here. Here's 2nd and 11. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he gets him around 6 there. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. From the gun is Purdy. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board and the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know.
Coming off the edge, and it's blocked.
This block right here, it's a product of preparation, effort, and determination. They attacked the soft spot in the line, and one of them was able to will his way through and get to the kick in time. Well done.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion right. Now for the first time, it's a give to the rookie from Ohio State. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That's Gesicki. He's got it. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Burrow from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. A lot of grass ahead. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
1st down from the red zone. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
On 3rd and goal, here's Burrow. This throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a 1st down. So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal. Running it after the penalty. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Bengals have a great 1st drive and get the game's 1st points. Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He throws a bullet deep. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dax Hill. And the Bengals will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Hits his running back. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
11 MT, 11 MT. 11 Thomas.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10 now. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On third down, here's Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. And this one is out of bounds. No return on the kick. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. He's got to gain a 6 there. Chris Jenkins Jr. there on the tackle. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They are facing 2nd down deep on their own end. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up 4th and long. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And this is going to be his first punt of the new season. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And it'll be Bengals football. 1st down, ball at the 36.
Gun.
And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Get set. 11.
Give now to the running back. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a 1/3 of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Here we go. 11 MT, Kate. 11 MT, Kate.
And he's got a free play here. Setting up the screen. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Football on that 47-yard line, first down.
Here we go.
They'll run here, following the penalty. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Forced out to his right. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the gun, a give to Brown. And he gets this forward to the 19. Offense in the hurry up here. We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. And it's the Bengals with a 1st and 10.
Get in the end zone, fella. Here we go, here we go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Has it down close. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals double their lead to 14. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Purdy gets this from the pistol.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. He finds him 7 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
And the Bengals bringing out a 5th DB. They're in the nickel, 3rd down. Purdy throwing here. He's on the move. That's caught for the 1st. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st. Now Purdy escapes the pocket. Hits him on the in route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Motioning Williams left. Purdy throwing here on 1st. That's to the sideline. It's a catch by Williams. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd and 8. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Now with 2 seconds left, we get the expected timeout from this offense. They're in great shape to get 3 here entering the half. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that'll get him back to 11. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a give running right. Jukes one defender. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Going to the ground again on first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
On first down, here's Burrow. Completed to his running back. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
A give left side to Brown. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. John Franklin Myers coming in to clean things up. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 12.
Motioning Chase left. Throwing from the gun here. And he will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals push their lead to 18. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Purdy to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So 2nd down coming up. Has him on the quick hitter. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. Off to the races, middle of the field. At the 20. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos start the 2nd half with some needed points. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos make it an 11-point ball game. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's the handoff. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Back to the well again. Across the 45 and still going. Down the sideline inside the 30. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. They rip off a big chunk of field and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
He just didn't quite have the last bit of burst needed to finish it off, but don't be surprised to see them go his way again soon and give him a chance to earn that touchdown.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They give it to him again. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal. Back-to-back carries here. And he drives it forward for a modest gain. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Here we go.
Burrow setting up the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals make it a 3-possession game. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. McPherson at the point after. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft it and try to stick him deep. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
The give here on 2nd. And he reaches the 35 before going out. That's 8 yards for the gain, and that narrows it to just 5 yards needed on 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Fits it through the middle. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Touchdown, Denver! Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos make it an 11-point ball game. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A give now from the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
11 MT, here we go.
Hand off to the back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 4 yards does get him back to even, partner, but they're left with 3rd and 10 now.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Slot man motioned over. Throw on third down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Secures this at the 17. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Hard to do better than that, a 66-yard punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Another carry for him. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit. Purdy to throw it. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Purdy on first down. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun is Purdy. Hit some space around midfield. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
To throw again, it's Purdy. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done, too. Creating the space for a solid pickup.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. 2 yards on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Denver first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, and they go right back to it. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Looking to throw, Purdy. Complete to Mims. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down throw by Purdy. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off. space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running the back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion left. After the pick, Purdy back to the air. He's got time here. He's throwing deep. That's complete inside the 35. It's a huge pickup on the play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Looking for... Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Lone back gets the handoff. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Broncos trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. On 3rd down, Purdy. Cut by Sutton. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. Sutton, the man in motion, headed right. He's got it. That's going to be a 1st and more. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos get it back to within 2 possessions. Cortland Sutton, the touchdown. And the Broncos offense isn't leaving the field. Looks like they're going to go for 2. And he's going to get in there for 2. The lead shrinks to 10. So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And the Bengals hands team does its job recovering that kick. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their 1st. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Burrow now against a blitz. He completes it in traffic. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
On 1, ready?
Offense going for it here, 4th and 5. And not much doing, he stopped quickly. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
This running back has had himself a day. But not on that play. Finally, a little bit of catharsis for everyone on that defense to keep him from the first and get a turnover, a much-needed turnover on downs.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. Second and 4. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Now to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
And that's the Bengals who are on that one. And that's a wrap on this ball game. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. It's a new set of downs for them at the 32.
Here we go. 11, Tommy.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Finds him over the middle. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. And with 4 seconds remaining, they're going to take a timeout.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
Has it down close. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. So the Bengals pick up the win in this one. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new